What's going on, everybody? This is kind of a test run, kind of new at this, but I did want to talk about the almighty big beautiful bill and just give my thoughts on it. This is a new channel, the Chase and Tail Show, and let's get into it. So obviously, you all know that they've passed this bill. There's a lot of stuff in it. Um, and I kind of wanted to go over some of the stuff that was in it, or that is in it actually, and see and give you kind of my only concern uh, about it. Um, but let's see what they have to say. Yeah, so they put a deadline on it to get it passed. Obviously, because everybody drags their feet, tries to drag it out. You know, right? Here we go. Adopt it. Chanting at USA. See, I mean, I'm a patriot. I love America. Obviously, I'm born and raised. I mean, you can hear my accent. I'm definitely all for America. I know some people aren't too happy about this bill, um, and some do have concerns. And I mean, even I have a little bit of concern as well. And I kind of wanted to go over that. Um, I mean, just being straight across the board, when I first saw the big, beautiful bill, I started obviously just like humans are. We're like, okay, what is it in for me? What do I get out of it? You know, so you comb through it and you see what's gonna be better for you and your family. You know, um, so for you and your family, obviously, bigger paychecks of 10,000 more in an annual take home pay for your families, right? And I believe they're talking about people with kids and etc. for your income tax, which is good. You know, I mean, those families are going to need that. That's no doubt. Any little bit helps. You know, I know the majority of people are just living paycheck to paycheck, you know. I mean, I think a large amount of people are one paycheck away from being homeless. So any little bit will help, you know. This no tax on tips, I think that's good. I think that's awesome because when I was younger, I worked in the food industry, restaurants, etc., and I see how hard these waitresses work. I mean, they bust their ass serving night in, night out. You know, uh, and then they get taxed on their tips, and I think that's a good thing. Um, no tax on overtime. I like that as well. I mean, me personally, I work a lot of overtime, and it would be nice to not be taxed on overtime. So I'm pretty sure the majority of Americans are going to like those three, you know. Um, so let's see, no tax on Social Security. Now, I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm I know everything about all of this. Some of this I don't know all of the details. I'm just going over bulletin points for it, and um, and just kind of want to break it down. Uh, so no tax on Social Security. I don't know exactly what that means, but if that means that elderly um, don't have to pay in as much, I'm all for that. I would have to dig deeper on that and check it out. Uh, no taxes, no tax on made in America auto loans. Um, that would be pretty pretty awesome, if I mean once they start going and getting made in America, maybe that would be beneficial. But I mean, I'm pretty sure that's going to take a long time for they get the facilities built, start making production, hiring people. That's going to take a little while. But I mean, sounds good. But that's one of the problems that I have though with all of this stuff, and it's not just say this administration or that administration or the left or the right side or middle, whatever it is. It's you can make things sound good, and then when you like dive deep into it, you're kind of like, okay, well, this was a bunch of smoke and mirrors. Um, all right, let's see what this is. Protects 2 million family farms. Okay, from double taxation. Yeah, for the farmers, that's got to be good. We all got to eat. We all need that. So, and I know some of the farmers have been struggling around where I'm at as well. Struggling pretty hard, and not just the taxes. People have been struggling with weather, crops, and everything. It's this year. It's been a little bit weird, a little bit different. So let's see what else we got here. Increase the child tax credit, supporting over 40 million families. Um, that there, I think that coincides with this $10,000. If I'm wrong, I mean, fact check me. Let me know. I mean, I like to learn. So, um, but yeah, so that's with the kids. Parents with the kids, they get more money. Obviously, a vote against this bill is a vote for the largest tax increase in history. Now, so I assume they're just putting this on there because they want people to vote, obviously. But where it says billions in green, new scan fund, restore official sanity, roughly 2 trillion, slashing defects by 2 trillion. Okay. Estimates waste, frauds, and abuse from bloated federal programs. So just more cuts. Primarily secure our border. So a lot of that money is going towards the border. And when I say a lot, I believe it's in the trillions. I'm pretty sure I read that. So they're gonna be nailing that border up, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna do that fast. So, I mean, immigration and stuff is a whole nother topic. I mean, I know it does coincide with this here, with this bill. I mean, just quick. I mean, I feel bad for the good people. I feel bad for, or I sympathize for, with and for the good people that are trying to just come over and work and just provide for their family and try to make a better life. I do feel bad for them, or sympathize. Um, but unfortunately, I mean, you have to do it the right way. So, uh, yeah, it's not looking good because if they're pouring this much money into it, they're about to get everybody out. So, um, and the people that are destroying stuff and carrying on, that's just making it worse. It's just making it worse for them, So they do need to just relax on that a little bit. Deports at least 1 million illegal aliens a year. So yeah, that's where I thought that was going. Yeah, they're about to send everybody packing. Just no bones about it. They're about to send everybody packing, like, for real. So, um, like I said, I sympathize, and I know the process to that is rigorous. It's hard. It takes a long time. I mean, it takes a long time. Passing a test, that's easy. Passing the test is easy. It's getting to that point. It's getting, to where you can actually get your green card or get your visa. It's it's a long process. It could take 20 years. I mean, honestly, I mean, even just me, and I'm a full blown American. I mean, obviously, I was born and raised, and just getting a passport, just getting a passport takes a while. I mean, you can pay extra, and get it a little quicker, but um, during all the virus crap, um, it was backed up. I mean, it takes a while, and for these people, it takes a long while. And then if you don't have money where you come from, it's very hard. It's very hard for these people to leave their country, and if you've been over here and you get caught, I don't think you can come back legally, and it's that's another thing. So yeah, because I mean they're even telling people, um, if you leave now, you can come back legally. You can get your due process, and then they even said they'll pay for uh, the plane ticket to go back home. So, but makes the largest investment in border security in a generation, providing nearly 150 billion to secure our border and deport illegal aliens. $150 billion. Um, Finish phase 2 of the border wall. Let's see. Shifts the cost of adjudication in the immigration system from the American taxpayer to aliens. So I guess some of our tax money was going for adjudication in immigration. So they're going to switch that. So I mean, without knowing all the details, it seems like it's just going to cost you more to get your papers legally. I mean, if we're just talking layman's terms, that's what that says to me anyways. Could be wrong. Like I said, hey, I'm no expert. I just want to give my thoughts on some of this. and I haven't got to the part where it is concerning for me. Um, hires 10,000 new ICE agents, 5,000 customs officers, and 3,000 border patrol agents. Um, I'm fine with that. I mean, they need the help. Let's make it safe. Let's get especially for the borders and customs. Like, let's get the drugs and stuff under control, because that's been one of the main problems. One of the biggest issues, in my opinion. Stuff coming over and killing people. So funds the Golden Dome missile defense system um, to confront 21st century threats. All for that. Excuse me. I'm all for that. That's fine. Delivers the largest Coast Guard upgrade since World War II, stopping fentanyl and criminal cartels by sea. So yeah, I'm definitely in with that. Military, yada yada. Biden ends Biden's war against energy and ends Biden's war on American energy and drives down energy costs. So I think that's part of the green bill. They'll go green. I think that's part of what Elon was a little pissed off about. Unleashes domestic oil, gas, and nuclear power, restoring energy independence. Okay. Now, it's unfortunate that what is this? This America First. So, it's unfortunate that they didn't talk about the tax deductions for corporations. At least I didn't see that in here. But I would like to know. So let's see. And again, like I said, this is kind of a test run for me. I'm just trying to get used to this stuff and get better. But one of my main concerns is that obviously we're happy as people for more money, right? Less taxes, more money, less taxes, we can survive just a little bit better, just a tad bit better, and maybe be able to provide some new shoes for your kids, because you got a tax break on your income tax, and you could maybe do something nice for your family, hell, maybe even go somewhere finally for the first time, go for a vacation or something, take your family, your kids to see something, but within this tax cut that they're giving us, they're also giving the corporate tax cuts. And obviously this doesn't outline it, which I don't even know why. But let's see. Let's see if I can find it. Hell, I hope I ain't showing nothing I ain't supposed to be. I mean, it's all information anybody can go up on and look on. So YouTube, don't ban me. My first one out. Please just let me know. Well, it's a bunch of gibberish, ain't it? We ain't trying to see all that. All right, so here we go. Hell, that took me long enough, didn't it? Would make the deductions. Increase the deduction percentage from 20 to 23%. Okay. For taxable years beginning after December 31st, 2025. Expands the deduction to include dividends from eligible businesses, development companies, which are attributed to net. Okay, so it's gonna deduct. They're gonna give an increase to the deduction percentage. So it was 20%, right? And then it's gonna go to 23% deduction. So that's my only concern is the tax breaks that are going to the corporate jobs. And this is why. Hear me out. I mean, just hear me out. I mean, obviously, if you own a corporation or a business that qualifies for that, I mean, more power to you. I'm sure you're gonna love that. You're gonna be eating real well, and you're gonna be doing real well. So hats off to you if you're within that. But for just normal citizens, normal people, right? My issue with that is what we've seen in the past. So they tell you that okay, they're going to give all these deductions, tax breaks to the corporate companies so they can give more money raises to the workers. But in the past, that's not really what's happening. That's not what happened when they did this in 2017. Because this 20% here was from the Tax Act in 2017 and 2018. That's what they did. That's why that is 20 right there. And even they got all that money and then they didn't give raises. And if you did get a raise, it was not significant. It was very minimal. And we're talking like 25 cents. I mean, on a good day or on a good year annually, you probably got a 75 to 85 cents in a raise. When it used to be, you work a year, you get at least a dollar raise, at least. And those days are far gone. Those days are out of here. I mean, I know people that have been at their job for years, and then their annual raise comes up, and they get 15 cents. And I'm not talking about restaurant workers either. I'm talking about people that work for good companies. And the biggest concern is that when this happened in 2017 through 2018, when they increased the deductions to 20% for corporations, what happened was they started doing a lot of buybacks. So they would start buying back a bunch of their shares for their companies. So instead of giving the money back to your workers that are hard at work and they're really trying to make ends for their families, they basically just bought back stocks to gain more for their corporation. And it didn't help the regular citizen that's busting their ass every single day trying to provide. And that's the only thing that really gets to me with this bill is that. And I mean, you can go find videos and fact check, all of that. And I encourage you to. I mean, educate yourself. Don't take it just for my word, and educate yourself. Go look and see how much buybacks corporations did between 2017 and 2018. Or let me see if I just type it in. So in 2017, U.S. corporations spent $806 billion on stock buybacks, which was a record amount. In 2018, buybacks increased to $583.4 billion, reflecting a significant growth from the previous year. So you see what I'm talking about here? This is what's concerning. 2017, when they made it 20% for the corporation, $806 billion was spent in stock buybacks. The next year, $583.4 billion in buybacks. So it's proof that when we give these corporations tax breaks, they're not going to give it to the workers. This is what they're going to do. They're going to buy back more shares of their company to gain more control to make the stock market go higher. Granted, if you're a player in the stock market or you're an investor, this is for sure something that you need to keep an eye on, because the companies you are invested in, they are going to go up. You may want to consider putting more money into. Now, I'm not no financial advisor. Go ahead and get that out of the way. But I am an investor. But you can guarantee, you could take it to the bank that they are going to do a bunch of buybacks, a lot of buybacks. So the stocks are going to go up. That's no doubt about it. But the problem is that they tell you, oh, we're going to give them this break so they can give it to their workers. They can give it back to their workers. That's not what happened. And that's not what's going to happen. So just don't be fooled. Don't be fooled by all that. So I don't know. There's nothing we can do now, because I mean it's signed. It's done. It's a done deal. They passed it. So just know that's what's going to happen. You know, obviously the saying, history doesn't repeat itself, but it does rhyme. And it's gonna do a bunch of rhyming with this right here, these buybacks. That's exactly what's gonna happen. So just know when this does happen. I mean, you might want to, if you've never invested, you might want to look at it. You might want to take a look. I mean, I was new to it when I first started. Not a real long time ago. I mean, you can play it safe. You can go for companies that you trust and rely on. If you go to a certain grocery store every time that you go get groceries, and you continue to go only to that grocery store because you like their product, because you see that there's a lot of people there, you like the prices they have, you like the things that they offer, those are the things that you may want to invest in. Those are the companies that you may want to invest in. If there's a certain bank that you love, that the app is nice, there's they treat you well, the app is super nice, and has all these functions, and that your card is tap here and tap there and whatever else, and tap everywhere. uh, then maybe that's the best option for you to invest. And I'm not saying that you have to invest, and I'm not getting out. But what I'm saying is that when you're working, they're giving these tax cuts. Don't expect them to give you all this money. Don't expect them to give you a raise that is higher than what you've been getting, because that's probably not going to happen. Most likely that will not happen. So don't let all this fool you. And the little tax cuts that you do get back from your income tax, because they're going to give you a little break and they're going to do this and that, or if you have kids and you get that extra extra money because you have one or two kids, maybe set aside $1,000. Maybe set aside $1,000 and um, invest it in a company. You know, I mean, just because you don't have a lot of money doesn't mean that you can't invest in it. So, um, I mean, I could sit here and talk about all kind of stuff about investing, but I mean, that's not really what I'm coming here for. I'm just I just wanted to give my perspective about the trend that I see, that they did this already in 2017 and 2018 when they gave the tax cut increase of 20% to corporations, and they're going to add another 3%, making it a total of 23%. And if you've got that they did these stats right here, 806 billion and then 583.4 billion. If they did those stats, I mean, you could almost just go ahead and put a 0.3 on there and increase those numbers, and you're going to roughly get a ballpark of how much money they're going to spend on themselves. Um, you know, I just a quick little story where I work. Um, they had talked about a cost of living raise when um, inflation was like at peak high, and they hired a company to come in to evaluate everybody. And this is not a small company. This is a very large company. Um, and so they did all of this, hired somebody, paid somebody, and nobody got a raise. and and if somebody did get a raise, it was like 0.1% of all the people. It was a laughable thing. Nobody got a raise. Okay, there's a lot of employees, and they come back and they give you some BS story like, oh yeah, you make the average of what's going on and what's carrying on. You make close to what the average is, and they'll just feed you full of that crap, and they got spoonfuls of it, boy. Let me tell you, just like this here, um, they'll spoon feed you all of this. So that's just a personal story of a real life, just normal person that works every day, and that's what they presented us with. And that's exactly what these corporations are going to present their workers with when it comes to when people start saying, what the hell? Y'all got all this tax cut. They said it was going to be for us to increase the payments for us, to give us a little raise. They're going to spoon feed you whatever they need to say to make it sound nice and clean, just so they don't have to pay out. And they're going to do these buybacks right here. And they're going to buy back a lot. So that's my concern with the bill. Yeah, we get a little bit. We're like the little mouse, and we get a little piece of cheese. And but the cat's going to eat, you know. So that's just what I wanted to say. about it. And like oh like oh four is gonna that's about all I gotta say about that. So all right. Like I said, this is kind of a test run for me. I'm trying to do a new show, and you know, I'm not doing this for like money or anything. I'm just doing it because I want to give a perspective of someone that is just a normal human working blue collar guy that works for a living to provide for their family. And some of the stuff that I see, the veil that they bring over our eyes that I see, I would just like to present that to the rest of the people, you know. And so, with that being said, I hope everybody has a wonderful 4th of July. Um, be careful out there. Don't drink and drive. Try to be nice to each other, man. We don't need no more hatred and fighting, you know? Let's just try to be nice. You know what I mean? Walk the other way if somebody's being stupid and crazy. Just walk the other way, man. Go home to your family, you know? So, that being said, happy 4th of July to everybody. And God bless you and your family, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. God bless you all. And the ones that are struggling out there, keep it up, man. It gets better. It will get better. If you're struggling and hurting, just keep it up. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it win. You will win. You were created in the best God, the only God, Yahweh. God bless you all. Have a good night.